Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to another video about English language tenses. In this video, we're gonna cover past simple and past continuous. Both of them are so important English tense in communication and they are so common in daily speaking. Let's start to learn them. Past simple, the structure of it. Subject plus past form of the verb. What is past form of the verb? In English, all verbs have three different forms. It is base form, past form or verb 2, and verb 3 or past participle. Here we use past form of them. How we can get the past form? We have two different types of verb in English language again. They are called regular verb and irregular verb. For regular verbs, we just add ed to the end of them. For example, play, played, talk, talked, watch, watched. What about irregular verbs? They completely change. So, unfortunately, you have to memorize them. For example, eat, ate, speak, spoke, drink, drank. Let me give you a couple of examples. I ate food. I watched this movie yesterday. I played soccer last week. Let's talk about negative form of it. When we want to make this one negative, it is subject plus did not, or short form of it is didn't, plus verb 1. Be careful. In the negative form, we don't use past form of the verb. Why? We have didn't here. Didn't actually shows us that this sentence is past, so just using the verb 1 is enough for us. We can understand it is past. For example, I didn't take a video. He didn't come to the party. They didn't join the class. For question form, did comes at first, then subject, then verb 1. For example, did you drive a car? Did he listen to music? Did we talk? Yeah, that was all about it. Let's move to function of it. First one, it is completed action in the past. For example, I watched TV yesterday. He sat in the class. They drank coffee. Yeah, that was all for it. The next one is list of actions or action in a series. For example, he came, took a shower, ate food and went to bed. Or I went there, opened the door, took it and came back. All of them was past simple. When you are explaining one story that happened in the past, we use past simple. Last function, which is also so important and so many people don't know it, it is for imaginary situation, unrealistic situation. We usually use it with if only, if, or I wish. For example, I wish I had a car. Or if I had a car, I would drop you off. If I had a car, when? Right now, actually. I'm saying for right now. But because it is imaginary situation, it's not real. I don't have a car right now. We use past form for it. For I wish, if only, if. Be so careful about it. The structure of past continuous is subject plus to be verb. It is past, so which to be verbs? Was verb. Plus verb ing. For example, I was walking, she was talking, they were playing, something like this. And what about the negative form? Negative form, because we have to be verbs, we just add not. They weren't listening to music. He wasn't walking in the park. They weren't working on Saturday. Let's talk about question form, how we can make question with past continuous. We have to be verbs, or auxiliary verbs. They comes at first, then subject verb, like always. For example, were you watching the news? Was he listening to the teacher? Were they playing video games? That was all for the structure. I hope you got it. Let's talk about the function of it. What does it mean when we use it? The first function, it is ongoing action in the past. Action that started in the past, continued for a while, and finished in the past. For instance, he was working yesterday. I was studying 2 days ago at noon. Next function is interrupted action. So important. It is when something is happening in the past and one another action happen, interrupt this action. We use past continuous with past simple at the same time. Let me give you a couple of examples. I was studying when my mom came. For example, I started studying at 10 a.m. I continued until 2, and meanwhile my mom came at, for example, 1 p.m. She interrupted my action. Or I was walking to the work when it started to rain. I started walking before I was doing that. Again, this raining interrupted. Or she was eating food when her phone rang. I used again past simple with past continuous at the same time. There are two different ways to use it with when and while. Be careful when we have when, after that we have our past simple. With while we have past continuous. Let me give you an example with while. While I was talking to you, she called me. So here while came before I was talking, past continuous sentence. I hope you got it. The next function, it is simultaneous action. I mean actions that happens in the same time. Again, we can use it while. While she was cooking, I was cleaning the home. Yeah, that was all the function of past continuous. There is another structure which is also about past, and I wanted to cover it in this video. Let's at first see it together, then we will talk about its meaning. I used to swim every day. He used to smoke. Actually, this used to doesn't have anything to do with using something. It just means that in the past I was doing that, but right now I don't do it anymore. For example, if I say I used to swim every day, it means that in the past I was going to swimming pool, I was doing that every day, but right now I don't go to swimming. Or when we say he used to smoke, it means he doesn't smoke anymore, he quit. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if you find this lesson useful, share it with your friends, and if you like it, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button. That was all. Bye for today.